All right, hello everyone. All right, team and I've got this thing together here. We are looking forward to getting you through this amazing coaching call here. And this is a very special coaching call. Again, I'm Miles Betcha, founder of Mind Muscle Memory, and the team and I are so looking forward to bringing you through this program tonight. This program is going to be able to bring this low energy solution to you. It's very important that you understand that low energy syndrome, or having this sluggish feeling and not really having this vibrant feeling within you is a very typical thing. It's not uncommon for us to feel at different times that we are not really with it full energy. But there's an amazing solution that I'm going to share with you tonight. So as we go through tonight's coaching, tonight's program, I want you to remember that over time, I've learned and the team has learned from so many coaching, so many individuals, training ourselves and studying and researching, that we simplify things for you. We simplify things so that you can get this greater understanding and just move forward with something to where you don't have to spend so much time like, oh, well, what is this going to do if I do it this way? Or should I restrict this? Or should I do an overload on this? We don't want you, we want to have balance. We want you to have balance. Now, one of those things we're going to talk about tonight is the most important key to your resetting your DNA. So what I want you to do is, of course, if you're watching live, do hashtag live and put a comment if you're watching on Facebook here. And if you watch on the replay, you can put hashtag replay, but invite others too. If you're at home watching this, or you're with somebody watching this, so I'm going to check the chat here right now. So we got a few, some people come to the chat. We're going to make sure that we have everything on target. All right, here the team and I getting everything going here so that you get this live coaching. And we do this typically Monday through Friday, sometimes on Saturday, and we do a coaching so that you can hear from us. You can hear from us. We know that you've taken it upon yourself to look at living life strong, living through life. Life is long, so stay strong. So what does that mean? Well, that means that we have decade after decade that go along, right? So here I am. It's been almost 3 decades that I've been training myself, training others to overcome challenges with some muscles, overcome challenges with injuries, and in all this time I've been learning. Some things have been quite the struggle, right? But one thing in particular, in order to look at your DNA and to reset your DNA, we're going to look tonight at the one factor that's responsible for low energy. Okay, low energy, feeling struggling and feeling like you just don't have the capabilities that you want to have. And my team and I have been discussing this a lot recently, and that is that out of all the different frameworks that we have, so each thing, we have a success method that you have to get involved with. Okay, you have to get involved. You have to do things properly to get the results. So if we don't move the muscle properly of the arm, the elbow connection, right? So we have the sphere of motion. So our elbow is a hinge joint, and our knee and our hamstring on the lower leg is a hinge joint. We need to have an equalization of our shoulders and have the right shoulder, left shoulder, make sure that they're equal. And there's a framework for that. That's our training. That's our implementing success methods, right? Implementing a method and a framework to make sure you're using the right muscle on your hip on this side and the right muscle on your hip on this side, so that those muscles can get the right amount of conditioning. But there's one thing, and one thing in particular I want to talk about, and that's low energy. And this low energy issue comes up a lot. And with low energy, you find yourself not thinking the right thoughts at times, right? Not feeling like you can get and do things and accomplish things that you want to have happen. Now, I know as much as you do that this DNA that we have, you have a DNA, right? That DNA is is what gives you your genetic framework. So yes, we're all different heights, we're different widths or muscle structures, whatever it might be. That is your DNA, right? That's that you have. But the DNA that is so important in this one part that you're probably not thinking of, and I'm going to really push it home here. Okay, listen, it's the DNA of being tough-minded. Okay, of being tough-minded, of being persistence, of saying to yourself when your legs are getting tired, I need to do a little bit of work on them in order to build the energy back up in them. Okay, so what do I mean by this tough-minded? So it doesn't mean you're mad, doesn't mean that you're disgruntled or angry or something like that. No, what I'm talking about is that when we go to build a muscle pattern, so we want to build a muscle pattern across the front of the shoulder chest connection here, right? Well, at first, the first part about the mental DNA is that we have to get the pattern to neurologically connect, right? Connect your brain pattern to that muscle pattern and have it be the same on this side here as on this side. Make sure they work efficiently. And once you get that mind pattern down, the next level of your DNA is to make sure you adapt that muscle. You have to put it through some work to get some adaptation. So if you do it a few times, you're going to get the pattern down, and then you're going to work it. You're going to have to work on adapting. Well, guess there it comes in part. You get a little bit of adaptation, maybe so you can hit a tennis ball better, or maybe so you can swim a little bit faster, right? Because that's what you're doing at the time. But now the third level of your DNA is that you know that muscle needs to work. You know that so all of our muscles throughout our body, they need some adaptation. They need to get so that they have a metabolic capacity, metabolic output. That's part of our DNA reset. Resetting your DNA reset is that you have full metabolic function. And that full metabolic function is where all the muscles aren't weak anymore. All the muscles are not improperly functioning. So you're not tightening your neck on this side when you should be pulling your chest shoulder on this side or lifting your arm out to the side, right? If we form a bad pattern and we look at that pattern and we say we acknowledge that it's not a good pattern, it's not very active, it's not very toned and strong, that means the metabolism in that muscle is weak. The metabolism is low. We don't burn a lot of calories in that metabolism. So tough-mindedness in our DNA means that you have to get focused on it. You have to acknowledge it and then work on it so that muscle starts to build that strength back up, right? But what happens is we get a little bit of a burn, and I know you've done this before on a muscle. You get a little bit of a burn and say, oh, that's not. Wait a minute, that was a burn. Okay, I felt that. That worked a little bit. But did you really adapt it, right? Did you really adapt it? Or did you really just stop short of that adaptation and improvement in the strength and the endurance? Or maybe the flexibility. The other part about tough-minded is even with flexibility. When we're looking at our framework of improving the release of the muscles and to have good muscle function and good elasticity of the connective tissue at the ends, as well as the muscle belly and the fascia around the muscle, we have to look at all those areas that have flexibility. Well, were you focused on it long enough with enough mental toughness to be able to get it to fully lengthen and get it to fully improve the function of that flexibility so that your joint isn't restricted in its motion? Because we don't want to have, you won't be able to improve and adapt the muscles if you don't get a little bit of uncomfortable position. I know you've done this before. You have it in you because you're uncomfortable in other situations you push through, right? You're uncomfortable in other things. You had it's a tough-minded. It's in your DNA. But you have to be tough-minded to be able to move into this low energy position you're in and actually get your physical metabolic output out more and have more energy, strength, and endurance in the legs. Have more energy, strength, and endurance in the chest and the shoulders. You can do this. Okay, that's why we set things up for you at Mind Muscle Memory, so you can build this pattern, improve this pattern, improve your physical capabilities, get your metabolic output up. Then you no longer have low energy. The solutions, the solutions there for you. It's a matter of your focus, your mental toughness to make sure the front and back of your legs is balanced. The back of your left leg, you have to equalize with the back of your right leg. And if you don't look at the back of the leg and get those equal right and left, and then look at the front of the leg versus the back leg, because you might have really strong back of the legs, but not such strong front of the legs. So look to equalize those. So here, as we go along, you can see we have a couple of things coming in here, a couple of comments. We're going to address the comments as always, and you're free to interact with us on here. Again, remember, if you're watching live, do hashtag live. If you're watching this on replay, do hashtag replay when you're on there. Okay. And what you want to make sure you do is you understand that from here on out, you're focused on that mental toughness. And that doesn't mean that you're going to hurt yourself, right? Doesn't mean you're going to go so hard you're going to hurt yourself, but you're going to focus on staying engaged, staying with that muscle, making the muscle work a little bit hard, making it adapt and get more solid and strong. So as we wrap up tonight, I really want you to know on this coaching call that we have, of course, with the M3 Equalizer X Challenge is where we're coaching you along here, right? We're coaching you along, and you want to invite others, have these people with you as well. We're here for you, but invite others to make sure that you share with others what you're doing and applying your mental toughness that you've used in other areas before to adapting and accelerating through that level 1, level 2, and level 3. So level 2 and level 3 is where the team and I find that most of you sort of have a little bit of the difficulties because you're not used to applying that mental toughness, that one thing that'll boost you to that from that low energy to the higher energy state, because you're stronger, have more endurance. You're more focused on your flexibility. Okay? So look at this, think about this, but get going on, right? Get going on it. Start using those muscles, start stretching those muscles, move those muscles, build those muscle patterns, right? All this is obviously around the plant-based diet, right? The sticky fiber diet, so you're digesting properly, feeding that energy into that muscle and getting the muscles to use that energy before it gets stored. It's going to get used, right? So we got to keep up on the pattern. So any questions, please let me know. Share this video if you like as well. And I look forward to seeing you on the next coaching call. Thank you, and thank the team as well for everybody in support of everything here at Mind Muscle Memory and the training. We are here, of course, to coach you virtually live as well. But we want to make sure you're in the Equalizer X Challenge and moving smoothly along. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you on the next video tomorrow.